Now, there's been a lot of outrage, a lot of criticism of the Afghan government and the way they really conceded to the Taliban. Former Afghanistan President Ashraf Ghani, who fled from Kabul as soon as news came in that the Taliban was closing in on the capital, has now defended his decision, has defended and answered as to why he decided to flee the country. Ghani, who's speaking from exile in the United Arab Emirates, said that he'd left Kabul to prevent bloodshed and denied reports that he'd taken large sums of money with him as he departed the presidential palace. Ghani, in fact, stated that he left the country on the advice of government officials. Now, Ashraf Ghani's response came a day after Afghanistan's ambassador to Tajikistan accused him of stealing $169 million from state funds and has called on international police to arrest him. Ashraf Ghani has been bitterly criticized by former ministers for leaving the country suddenly as Kabul was being overtaken by the Taliban on Sunday and essentially orphaning his country.
If I had stayed, I would have been witnessing bloodshed in Kabul. My message is that you should not judge if you do not have the actual information and details. In these days, the political assassination, personality assassination of my personality has been going on, saying that I have taken money with me. They're completely baseless and lies. I thank security and defense forces. When it comes to the political leadership of the Taliban, it was a failure on their part and a failure on our part that the negotiations did not lead. Currently, I'm in the UAE so that disasters are avoided. I'm in consultation.
Let's take this across to Geeta Mohan. She's joining us live with more details on what the former Afghan president has had to say. Geeta, good morning. A lot of criticism that's coming Ghani's way. One is because of his decision to flee the country and, essentially orphaning all the people of Afghanistan, leaving them to their own accord. Secondly, now there are allegations that he actually took huge sums of money with him. How did this allegation really surface against Ghani?
Well, there are a lot of official statements, be it the Embassy of Afghanistan and Tajikistan, certain Russian officials saying that he did take a lot of money out of the country. While Ashraf Ghani denies those allegations, and there are lots of, there's an explanation that he's given to as to why he left the country. Akshita, it is a reality that the visuals of him surrendering to the Taliban would have been worse for him. And that's the reason why he took a call on leaving the country. Having said that, that's not the criticism that people have when it comes to the decisions of Ashraf Ghani. The people of Afghanistan, as also the political leadership that has stayed back, is not only complaining of him having left the country, but the manner in which he left the country. He left the country last minute, leaving them in a lurch. The people of Afghanistan did not really know what was happening. They were all caught completely unawares. If there was some preparation as to what is to come and what are the talks and negotiations that are taking place with the Taliban, or for that matter, what's the conversation that's happening with America? Okay. Is America trying to pull out and will not be supporting the Afghan government? These are areas that Ashraf Ghani should have been open and transparent about,
yes,
not just to the political leadership of the country, but also to the people of the country. And that's where the real criticism lies.
All right, Geeta, thank you for joining us with all those details. Ghani has come out to defend his decision of fleeing from Afghanistan, saying that he wanted to prevent bloodshed as much as possible.